All right, guys, here we go. The journey to 1,000 break and runs. I'm going to try to break and run 1,000 racks of pool, different games, formats, and so forth. This is the very first one. Who knows if I'll ever finish, but it's going to take some time. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, as you can see, I was doing the World 9-Ball Tour style break. I am not good at this break. One of the goals is to get better at it by trying to do these 1,000 break and runs, although I will be switching games. But I did make the one on the side. I have a really good spread here. A good angle on the 2 to go toward the 3. Unfortunately, the natural angle is a scratch in the side pocket, so I had to improvise.
Really good from that standpoint, from a storyline standpoint. There are a lot of really cool stories in that. You got old timers like Neil's making a deep run.
I hit that ball with just low spin, maybe a little bit of low right, just to draw into the 4 nice and easy. I got a really good shot on the 3, therefore to transfer over to the 4. Just used high ball there, come 1 rail, 2 rails. I tend to overhit balls with speed on my table because every now and then there is a little bit of drift due to the concrete in the garage shifting. But there I had the 4 ball in the bottom right corner. I used a high left cue ball. High left. I came up a little bit short, as you can tell. I wish I would have came a couple more inches toward the center of the table. That way it would have been a little bit easier to pop the ball, but... Okay, I'm using a high right cue ball here. I tend to use a little bit too much high right on this shot. I want to come closer to the side pocket with the cue ball and hit a little bit easier. So when I make the 6, I can just drag the cue ball down for the 7. But I overran shape on the 6, therefore I have to come to this side of the table, then back down for the 7. I hit that with a high right cue ball, coming off the long rail, short rail, using check spin, which is high right from there, and coming back down and getting a great shot on the 7. Okay, the 7 ball's pretty self-explanatory. Just roll it in with the center high ball on the cue ball. Pop straight out for the 8. The 8 and the 9 are sitting very well. This is pretty much an ideal layout anybody would want on the final rack of a tournament or a set or any rack for that matter. There I used a high left cue ball, come 1-2, straight in for the 9. And you pretty much see it. This is the end here. Shoot the 9 in, and that is the first rack. But yeah, that's the first rack on the journey to 1,000 break and runs. Stay tuned for more. It's going to be a long event. Okay, rack number 2 on the road to 1,000 break and runs. WNT style break format. Again, I'm not good at this break. This is definitely not a great one. As you can see, I missed the 1 on the side, but the 2 did go in the upper left corner, I believe. Obviously, this is not ideal, but it is a break and run nevertheless. So. It's always a good idea to walk around the table a little bit, dissect the rack, think of your pattern, your layout, and then try to remember that throughout the run. For the 1 here, I'm just using a low cue ball just to stun down, get a good angle on the 3. Ideally, I wanted to have a nice straight angle on the 3. That way I don't have to play any rails, keep it very simple. Thankfully, I did have a straight angle on the 3. It was just a stop shot. Here, playing the 4, I use a high left cue ball to come off the short rail at the end, come straight out, and try to get a good angle on the 5. Some call this check spin, depends where you live, but that was definitely a high left spin, high inside, as we like to call it. The 5, I believe I just used a low cue ball, straight low, pocket the 5, drag over. Make sure to keep an angle on the 6. Now, the angle to the 6 here, it leads me straight to the 7 if I use a high left cue ball. High left spin, making sure to obtain an angle on the 7. The reason why we want to do this is so when we pocket the 7 and play shape for the 8, the cue ball does not reside on a rail. I used a low right cue ball to pocket the 7, bring the cue ball off the rail. I'm basically straight in on the 8. Being straight in, I use a draw shot, straight low, bring the cue ball back to the rail, bounce out to the middle of the table, play shape on the 9 on the side. Again, this is the second break and run on the journey or the road to 1,000 break and runs. No idea how long it'll take, but stay tuned. I'm going to try to post them pretty regularly. Thank you all.